Don't know who's going to come here today. Owen is still live, which is a good portion of my audience, which was on that channel. And now, let's see. Maybe. Yeah, Mayor, you got that right. I had to change locations, buddy. Yeah, I was in a really good spot. At least I thought I was. Yeah. Circle of buffering or death. Hopefully I'm back. We have Steve. Yeah, guys, it was looking really good. I had a place where I had great service, and then poof. Hey, Bear Art. Hey, Genty. Hugs right back at you, Genty. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Tammy. How's it going, brother? Mayor. I'm actually surprised with Owen's stream still going that I have this many. But, you know, it's funny because I've been wanting to talk about this subject for a while, and Owen kind of touched on it a little bit, but not the direction that I wanted to go. And I really wanted to talk about this ship, which is society as we know it. Eggman, he is in the house. Hey, kick ya. So, this ship that we're on is going down. Look at this ship like the Titanic. We can change captains all we want. But if you were to change captains in the middle of a crisis on a ship, like say we're on the Titanic, because that's really what we're on. It's going down. It was going down when Obama was in office. It was going down when Bush was in office. Now, what may happen? Trump isn't saving the ship. And our job isn't to save the ship. The ship's going down. Okay? The ship's going down. I think you're right on that one, Tammy. Okay? Now, being that I am a Christian, I read the book of Revelations. And I know it's going down. It's not going to get better. It may be prolonged, but it's going down. Our job is not to save the ship. Our job is to get the people off the ship. Save them. Not the ship. Screw the ship. Let it go. If everybody tries to save the ship, if everybody stayed on the Titanic and they tried to bucket the water off the Titanic, everybody would have died. Every single one of them. Okay? So, what do? You get the people on the lifeboats. Now, there's going to be people that don't want to help anyone else on the lifeboat. They want to get on the lifeboat. To a Christian, that is salvation. That lifeboat is salvation. Okay? Now, as a Christian, we don't want to be the only ones on that boat. Our job is to get as many people on those boats as we can before the ship goes down. The ship's going down. Okay? Now, someone that says jump on the, the whole story, there's so many different scenarios about the Titanic. The ones that were walking around on the boat like, oh, this can't possibly happen. This boat's unsinkable. And they were walking around like, oh, yeah, we just hit an iceberg. They say it's going down, but Reality hasn't set in. Why haven't they figured out that this boat is going down? They don't even comprehend the concept. That's impossible. They just stick their head in the sand, and that happened to so many people on the Titanic. There were people in that boat that knew damn well no matter what you did. Now, if you're going to prolong that boat going down, and there may have been ways to do that, really not much, because once the water went over the bulkheads, it was done. Okay? So, what you can do is keep it afloat while you are helping get people off of it. We can keep this country and this world, this planet afloat long enough, I believe, to get people into salvation. To get people to understand that this planet isn't life. There is life after this planet. Stop being in the world, or stop being of the world, and just exist in it. You are not part of the Titanic. You are on the Titanic. Okay? You are on the Titanic. You're not of it. You're not. So you have to look at it that way. Okay? This world is the Titanic. This country is the Titanic. We're the bow. We whacked an iceberg. Prepare yourself for the boat going down. Don't have to rely on the captain to tell you where to go, because that captain went down with the friggin' boat. Pride. Think about that. They're going down. So, you have to be self-sufficient. You have to be able to get to the lifeboat. The captain's not going to help you. People that are preparing for this crap to happen in this world, the ones that are independent of government, the ones that don't need government to survive, that can go out and hunt, gather their own food, grow their own crops. When the Depression happened, the Depression only happened in the cities. The people that had their farms, that were self-sufficient, they were fine. The ones that didn't need to be on the government nipple survived. Do you need electricity to survive? Not really. Thousands of years we survived without electricity. We don't need it to survive. Do you need indoor plumbing? No. Why do people believe we need all this stuff to survive? You don't. Tammy knows firsthand. There's a lot of things you don't need to survive. You have to prepare yourself to take only what you need to survive and get in the lifeboat. Help get as many people in that lifeboat as you can. Get other people. Open their eyes, open their ears. Red pill society. Give them all the red pills so they know what is going on. Stop trying to save the boat. And stop thinking the president is going to do it. Bear Art, sometimes I think that would be the best thing for society. Stop it. Let me tell you something. Not even an EMP, but if the world lost all electricity, you know how many people would still have it because they figured out a way to get it? A lot of people. I'm sorry, what do you believe? Am I yelling at you? Yeah, kick you, a lot of people would die. Yes, I understand that, in the hospitals. But what I'm saying is, there are a lot of people that are dependent on it. But to the average person that's healthy, we can survive. We can. And I'm not trying to say that that's what I want to happen, but we have to prepare ourselves for that to happen. But what about the ones that are on medications? I'm on medicine for uric acid. What's going to happen when I don't have access to that? I am preparing myself. I am getting healthier. I was on medicine 7 years ago that I'm not on anymore. I am preparing myself for this to happen. I have known how to hunt since I was 8 years old. I've known how to farm. I have a farm lease, okay? You don't need beer. You don't need alcohol of any kind. You don't need this stuff. How many people know how to walk out into the woods and create a shelter with nothing more than a knife? Better yet, how many people know how to make a knife? Raise your hand. Type 1 in there if you know how to make a knife. Now, I'm not talking about out of metal. I'm talking about out of stone. Something that you can cut yourself. Something that you can use. I've made one. And from that, I've made a shelter. Okay? Tammy, you're going to survive just fine when the crap hits the fan. I have no doubt in that. They're going to be finding you in the woods living large. The ones that know how to grow crops are going to have food. The ones that know how to toil the land and create that, they're going to have food. I'm trying to see how many I got here. Okay. So stop trying to save the boats. Yeah, the cells. Well, you know something? Communities. Let me tell you something. The ones that can group together and work together in communities, they're going to live. Because they're going to have all kinds of skill sets within that community. It's how they survived for thousands of years. Think about the bear community and what Owen is doing. Think about that. Think about what it's not just Owen. He's just, you know, he tends to be because he's the most famous one out of all of us. And it seems like he's leading us, but not really. And I don't think he wants to be that leader. He even said it. And it's not necessary. We tend to group around him. But we have a ton of people in the beer community that are going to be able to group together. And all the skill sets that we need are going to be there. I have no problem surviving on my own. I'm not going to have that problem. The only thing you're going to have to contend with are people that don't know how to create the stuff themselves. They have to go and take it from someone else because there's going to be a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. A lot of people are going to get killed, not by starvation as much as they are by other people killing them for what they have. Think about it. The leftist agenda, the leftist mentality, they're going to turn into the biggest and most murderous group of people in the world. Because they don't know how to do anything themselves. All they know how at that point is, I'm going to have to kill you for what you have. They've been trying to take what you have from day one. They're socialists. What you have, they want. They don't want to work for it. They want to take it from you. Right now, the government is their strong arm. What's going to happen when the government's not around? Yeah, half of them are probably going to starve. They're the same people that if they got locked in a supermarket are going to starve to death overnight. Okay? They barely know how to find food there. You know, I had the the blessing of an uncle that married into my father's family who was Seminole Indian. My aunt married this gentleman in Florida who's Seminole Indian. And being young, he dragged me out into the Everglades. Trust me, he didn't have to drag me out in the Everglades. I loved being out there. And it was quite amazing what he taught me. Survival. Okay? Oh, Mrs. Constitutional, our Barbie bear is here. So, he taught me a lot about surviving in the Everglades, where to find food, how to stay away from bad stuff, how to basically where the snakes generally hang out, where the bad waters are, things like that. Spent a lot of time in the Everglades with my uncle. Showed me how to make a bow out of the wood in the area. Okay? So it was really cool. Hey, Brian King, thank you for stopping in. Not a lot of people today because I know Owen's stream is still going on, but I'm so glad you guys are here. So, now, like I said, with society, all we can do is educate the people around us. Okay, some of us, we got lucky because we were around the right people when we were younger. We were taught survival skills. Okay, so the boat's going down, guys. Stop trying to bail water and prolong it as much as trying to open other people's eyes. Teach them how to survive. Okay? Teach them how to survive. How to get to that lifeboat. For a Christian, the only thing that matters is that spiritual lifeboat. It doesn't, and nothing else matters to us if you're a Christian. Nothing else matters. So that's the most important to us. So, but help other people. Because if you just tell everybody, if we all band together, because you're going to hear this, if we all band together, we can save this boat. And all that does, because you're on the Titanic, is everybody stays on the boat trying to save it, and they all go down. Every one of them. So that's my plea with everybody. Stop trying to save the boat at the loss of everyone around us. Put your energy into educating the people around you as to what the hell is going on in the world, so they are prepared for what is going on. Because I think that's the most important thing. I am talking about the loss of millions, but the more people that we wake up, because look, I don't know how many Christians I have in this chat, but as a Christian, I see Revelations is lining up completely in a scary way right now. We know what's going on. We know what lies ahead. No part in Revelations does it say, and then someone showed up and changed and saved the world and we didn't have to go through this crap. No, we're going to have to go through this crap. It's not till the end of the crap where someone shows up and fixes it. We still have to go through this. We have to go through this. You have to be prepared. When you toil the field, keep one eye on the horizon and one on what you're doing. That is, yes, you can work on the boat, but keep your eye and make sure you know where that lifeboat is. Yeah. Why, what happened, Brian? Is it skipping a lot for you? I lowered the bit rate, and I don't see any disruption according to my signal. Why do you want me to demod you, Dom? Tammy, it is. It's coming quicker than you think. I can't demod you right now, Dom. If I demod Dom, There's other people that need that wrench. David would be one of my first picks. Okay. I hear you, Brian. Oh, God, you guys are bad. Look, guys, is being a mod that important? Really? Is it that important? You guys are going to go down with this ship if you're worried about a wrench. Well, people are seeing the writing on the walls, guys. Even the Native Americans. My uncle told me about this. He told me this when I was 14 years old, hanging out with him in the Everglades. And he sat me down and he said, Steve, you're going to have to learn this, because there's going to come a time when you're not going to have anything. He goes, I have my guns, but there might come a day where it's just useless. You're going to have to figure out how to do this on your own. He showed me how to make an arrowhead. He showed me how to make a knife. He showed me how to make a bow. Okay? Think about that. So, I just think about it. Now, Tammy, you're from Florida. If you go into the south end of Florida from Tampa down to the Keys and ask about the name Pender, Pender is a prominent name down there. It's like one of those where there's a lot of them. We stretched from Tampa all the way down to the Florida Keys. And like I said, my aunt married a Seminole Indian. And what a great guy. Like I said, the man taught me how to carve a fish hook out of hard wood and learn how to fish with a wooden hook. Come on. This man could survive with nothing. Okay, it says, you understand, that's where my dad's side of the family comes from. Now, I don't have any Seminole blood in me. Although they're trying to say that there's no way the Penders could stay in the Florida Keys from the late 1600s all the way till now without breeding with Seminoles somewhere along the line, but I don't find any in my blood. So, yeah, learn these skills, guys. Learn the skills. And I'm not saying stop trying to open the eyes of the people in this world. Open their eyes. That's our job as humans. Help them. Because the more people that know how to survive in our community, the more people that aren't going to be dead weight. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to be able to. There are going to be some people that we have to take in when this happens and then spend time helping prepare for them. People that have sick people in their family. Stock up on medicines and first aid and things like that. Hey, Bang Bang. Get yourself prepared. Everyone laughs at preppers. They're not stupid. They just see the writing on the wall. They know what's coming. They know it. They know what's coming. And they're just getting ready for it. Because I guarantee you guys are the guys that laugh at preppers, they're going to be running to them when the crap hits the fan. Okay? You've got to figure out ways. Yeah, Brian, you can. Learn some of the processes. If anybody, I would love, and this is what I would love to do. Take people to my farm for the weekend. Camp out there. and teach them from the beginning of the weekend to the end of the weekend how to make a bow out of nothing. Okay? You get an animal skin, you can spare it, do whatever, use the guts for the string, works really good. Use the intestines after you've dried the bow to wrap the bow and weatherproof the bow. It also adds a lot of strength to it. Okay? Dried guts, when you bind them and twist them, great bowstrings. Great bowstrings. There are so many grackles and vultures in Texas that are constantly dropping feathers everywhere. Okay, big black feathers that you can make your fletches out of. Okay, how to soak the barks on some of the smaller trees when you stream them down, soak them and create strings out of them. Stuff that you can wrap things. Use sap to set your wrap in. Use sap to set your fletches in. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but you've got to learn some survival skill. And it's not just making shelters. Making a shelter is a wonderful thing, but learn how to survive. Learn how to survive. Have a way to get food. You know, and if you don't eat meat, you better learn how to grow vegetables. Absolutely, Bang Bang. Great string there. I have a bear recurve too, Brian. That was my very first bow my dad gave to me. Yep. I've had 3 bears. I still have the one my dad gave me. I remember he said the day you can string it is the day you can shoot it. It was a 50-pound recurve, and it took me till I was 8 and a half before I could string it. And I could pull the thing back a few inches. It wasn't a couple of years before I could pull it back all the way. Okay? But if you don't, you can you know how easy it is to make a spear? And you don't even have to be able to get a knife to sharpen the end. Okay? You can just rub it on a rock and get that thing down to a point and spear fish with it. And I know I sound like, like I'm trying to sound like this apocalyptic, tinfoil hat or something, but guess what? It's not tinfoil. It's coming. It is coming. You are going to have to deal with a lot of stuff going away. Like I said, Owen touched on it. He talked earlier about, look, stuff's going to collapse. And he's right, and it's funny that we're going to talk about the same stuff today. It happens a lot, actually. A lot of times I'll talk about something, and then when he does his stream, it'll be similar, or he'll use the same words. Because I think we're seeing what's going on in the world. The guys in the auditor community, they're trying to open up other people's eyes as to what's going on. Brian, I love going to a camp, and then I made the first time, because I used to be involved in the SCA. If you guys don't know that, it's a Renaissance reenactment, and it's actually kind of a little nerdy, but it's a lot of cool stuff. And I remember going to camp for the first time, and they asked me, because we started on Friday night, and they had an archery tournament on Sunday. And they asked me if I had a bow, and I said, not with me. I didn't think that was one of those things, so I left mine at home. I said, but I'll have one by Sunday. So I cut out my timber. I dried it over the fire on Saturday morning. I made 3 arrows. And I used some roots out of a swamp to make my string. And I'm not bragging, but I won the competition on Sunday. I've been in a lot of things in my life, but there's only one thing I can actually say that I've mastered. And I've been in martial arts for 38 years, and I have a master's rank, but I don't consider myself a master. Archery is probably the only thing that I can say that I've mastered, and that's only because I not only know how to shoot archery, but I know how to make the bow. I can make the bow and I can shoot it. It's the only thing that I consider myself a master at. Yeah, you can load up on that stuff, Fred, but you're going to run out. You're going to run out of ammo. Then what is the gun good for? I mean, it's good. You know, it's not like you're going to be able to go target shooting and waste ammo. You can barter, but eventually, unless someone's creating the ammo's going to run out. So yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, Tammy? See? Tammy's going to help other people. Yeah, Mayor, you can get reloading stuff and get powder and all that, but that stuff runs out. Guess what? You can make powder. They did it for years. Okay, ammonium nitrate, charcoal, sulfur, you know? Okay? You can do it. You can do it. And if you have a reloading kit, you're going to be able to use that brass 3 times, maybe 4 tops. Yeah? We're going to have to improvise, Mayor. We're going to have to improvise. And guys, I am at the end of my time. That's awesome, Barbie Bear. Barbie Bear hunts. Oh, that's awesome. A woman that hunts. On top of that, a pretty woman that hunts. That's even better. Oh, see, Mayor, that's where you have some muzzle loaders. I love muzzle loading rifles and pistols because you can make black powder. You know how easy it is to make a projectile? Not hard at all. So guys, thank you so much for stopping in today. I know a lot of the bears, they're trying to go back and forth between 2 streams. I think that's awesome. Guys, prepare yourself. If you have families and you're guys, and the parents, you're in charge of taking care of your family. Make sure that you have some knowledge. If anybody is in my area and wants to learn how to make a bow, come see me. You're going to have to go out to the farm with me for the weekend, and then I will teach you. Absolutely. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. Guys, always be prepared, be strong, stay safe, and protect your family and the people around you. God bless.